Hello there, I'm BobbyInBlue, and on this channel we talk about how to get the most out of your tech. Today I want to talk to you about something that's very awesome to me, which is dad tech. Recently, me and my family took a road trip and we drove to Anaheim, California to visit a place called the Great Wolf Lodge. It's a giant indoor water park hotel. So in this video, I want to cover all of my favorite road trip tech that really helped make the trip even better. First up is a 3-in-1 charger from Anker. It can charge your iPhone, your AirPods, and your Apple Watch. There's a bunch of different chargers like this on the market, but the reason why I like this one is because it's compact. It's about as small as a deck of cards when it's all folded up, and it's quickly become my favorite travel charger. I like to pair it with one of Anker's 2-port chargers. That way one of the cords goes into this 3-in-1 charger, and the other one I can use to charge my MacBook. Next up are the Ray-Ban and Meta smart glasses. Not only do these help protect my eyes while we're on a drive from the sun, but I also really like the built-in camera so I can just quickly take a photo of something I see on my drive or my kids. I also really like using the AI that's built into these glasses. I tend to get curious about the things that I see or the different buildings that seem unique to me. And so it's nice, you can just quickly say, "Hey Meta, what am I looking at?" And it will take a picture, and Meta's AI will analyze what's in the picture and it will tell you all about what it is. When my kids are in the back playing a game or using their iPad, my wife's maybe watching a show, I can keep up with my audiobook as I drive and use the built-in headphones on these glasses. One thing on the wish list for these glasses is I would love it if they would make a waterproof pair of these. I would love to be able to jump into a swimming pool or go play in the ocean with my kids and be able to use these glasses then. So next up, I've got an awesome iPad headrest mount. This is an awesome mount and just hooks to the headrest that's in front of them and makes it easier for them to continue to look forward versus looking down. This will do a couple things for you. It makes it so that they don't get car sick as easily because they're looking forward, and it also helps them not get a sore neck from looking down at their device the entire time as well. I really like this model because it mounts really well and nice and easy, and it also has this adjustable arm that allows them to swing their device out closer to them, or they can swing the iPad out into the center, which makes it so it's easier for the person sitting next to them to watch a show with them. We'll talk a little bit more about that later and how my kids share audio from an iPad so they can both hear the same show. Next up is a battery pack. Battery packs have become essential for us while we travel. There are many different kinds of battery packs, but I've been really liking this new series from Anker called the Anker Prime series. These battery packs are high output and they also support fast charging. They also have a screen on them so you can see how much battery is left on them. They have 2 different USB-C ports on the side of them, and they also come with prongs that plug into the wall. So not only can you recharge them just by plugging them into the wall, but once you get to wherever you're going, you can plug it into the wall and it becomes a charging hub for 2 different USB-C devices as well. Next up are USB-C cables, or whatever cable you need to help charge your device. We use the iPad Airs, and we generally have models that are anywhere from 1 to 3 years behind the current one, so having the right cable to help keep your devices charged is crucial. There are many different USB-C cables. I really like these USB-C cables from Anker because they support fast charging. They're also a braided cable, and they also come with a built-in cable wrap that allows you to just quickly organize these cables. Typically when we're traveling, I'll give each kid a USB-C cable to put in their backpack, and they kind of just take that from the car to the hotel or really wherever we go to help make sure that they can keep their device charged. Not all USB-C cables are created equally. These are a great cable at a great price, and I've really enjoyed using them. Next up are the Beats Flex wireless headphones. I really like these headphones for our kids. Not only are they affordable and we can often find them on sale, but they have great sound quality as well as solid battery life. I also really like the design. Each earpiece is hooked to a band in the center, so when they're not using them, they can wrap them around their neck and they just kind of sit there. AirPods are awesome, but often I find them not the best for kids. Not only do they not fit in their ears all the time, but they're also very expensive headphones to give kids. But the great part is that these Beats Flex headphones are made by Apple and they share a lot of the same features. One of my favorite features is audio sharing, the one that we talked about earlier. It allows them to use one iPad and have audio be routed to 2 different sets of these headphones. It's nice when the kids can just swing over one of their iPads to the center, and then they can share audio from one iPad to 2 different sets of headphones so they can watch the same show together. And here is how you do that. Make sure that both headphones are paired to the same iPad. Swipe down from the top right corner to open the control center. Tap on the AirPlay icon in the Now Playing section. It will open a menu that will show you all of the different AirPlay devices that are available around your iPad. Your second set of headphones will show up here in the list. Tap to add audio to the second pair of headphones. It will have a check mark next to it like this when it's connected. You will notice that there is a line below each set of headphones. This is an independent volume control so that each set of headphones can choose the best volume for them. And here's a quick pro tip. As a parent, I always kind of worry about my kids using headphones because I don't want them to turn up the volume too loud and then hurt their hearing. But on the iPad, you can actually set a decibel limit so that it can't get too loud. Here's how to do that. You're going to go to settings and then sound. Next, you're going to select headphone safety. and reduce loud audio. Then it will let you set a decibel limit. With each level, it will give you an example of how much sound that actually is. You can choose what level is best for you and for your kid. Okay, next up is one of my favorite ones, and that's the Nebula Mars 3 mobile projector. This thing is awesome, and it's sparked a new tradition for us when we go on a trip. We love watching movies or TV shows on the ceiling in our hotel room. This projector is more than bright enough. It also has great speakers, and it's got a built-in Android TV, which means that we can access any of the different streaming platforms that we may want to watch. This one is a little bit bigger, so it is better for road trips or maybe lighter overnight trips, but they do make other different sizes of these mobile projectors in the Nebula series as well. Next up is an Apple TV. If we don't bring the projector along with us, we typically will bring an Apple TV that we can plug into the TV when we get to the hotel room. Couple things to remember, you do want to bring an HDMI cable with you as well, just so that you can connect it to the TV. And if we don't want to bring the Apple TV or the projector, I'll typically bring a cable with me and then a USB-C to HDMI adapter. Or they also make a cable that is USB-C on one end and HDMI on the other. And this allows me to plug in an iPad or my phone directly into the TV so we can stream shows or content that way as well. Next up is an Anker USB-C charging hub. All this tech that we've talked about, your phone, your iPad, your headphones, whatever it is, it's nice to just be able to keep that charged when you get to your hotel room. We have this 4-port USB-C hub on our tech table at home, and then when we leave and travel, we take it along with us to help keep the kids' devices charged. These Anker charging hubs are great. Not only do they put out enough power that you can even charge all the way up to a laptop, but they also support fast charging as well so that you can charge your devices quickly. These come in both USB-A and USB-C, so whichever kind of charging that you need, you can get one and bring it along with you to help keep your devices charged. Okay, this one is my last one, but it also might be my favorite one. We like to take our Nintendo Switch in the car, and here are 2 things that will make that better and easier. First up, you're gonna need an HDMI capture cord or capture card. I've linked the one that I found from Amazon below. So you're gonna take the HDMI cord that's coming out of the Switch dock and plug it into the HDMI capture card, and then plug the HDMI capture card into your iPad. Now I know that most of the time to use HDMI, you have to use the Switch dock, and I'll show you something in just a second that will help with that. Next, you're gonna need an app that allows you to see what comes in that HDMI port on your iPad screen. The one that I use is a free app called Dongled, but there's a bunch of different ones on the App Store as well. When you plug that HDMI capture card into your iPad, it essentially gives your iPad an HDMI port. So really whatever you plug into that HDMI port is gonna display on the larger screen of your iPad. In this case, we're just using it for the Switch. So the last step you'll need to do is open up the app, and the app will display whatever HDMI signal is coming into the iPad. To make it even easier, I'm gonna show you how you can kick the Switch dock out of this setup and just use a cable instead. I found this cable on Amazon, and it's essentially a Nintendo Switch dock, but in cable form. So you'll plug power into part of this cable that has a USB-C port, and then you'll plug that HDMI port into either a TV or in this case into the USB-C capture card of your iPad that allows you to view your Switch game on your iPad screen, but you can also use this on a regular TV to bypass having to have a dock. One thing to keep in mind here is you still do need to power the Nintendo Switch for this dock and this cord to work, and so we either use a power inverter and a cigarette lighter, or if you're lucky enough to have a home style plug in your car, you can plug it into that. Last but not least, here's a couple of tips that we learned that really help make road trips go a lot better for us. First up, download content before you leave. Most streaming apps and things like Apple TV or all the different services that you can purchase a movie or a TV show from, most of them have an offline mode. So you can download a TV show or a movie, and then it can be viewed offline. It doesn't need internet to be able to be viewed. One thing to keep in mind with this is many of the different apps such as Hulu or Disney Plus, a lot of them are set to, once you've watched a show, it'll delete the recording from your device. And that's an option that you can toggle on or off. And so I always recommend toggling that off. So once your kids have watched a show or a movie, it doesn't get deleted, so they can watch it again and again during that road trip. My second tip is to pack a bag for each kid. We like to give each kid a backpack, put their iPad in it, put a book, maybe a notebook for them to draw in it, their battery pack, their USB-C cable, and some snacks as well. Our kids really like having their own bag, and then also make sure that everyone has all of their stuff kind of in one place as we go, and they can quickly and easily access it. What's some of your favorite road trip tech? Share it in the comments below. Follow for more videos on how to get the most out of your tech. We'll see you in the next one.